Just because it's a squat and it's a leg exercise doesn't mean you're actually targeting your butt. Now you can see my hip is pushing back and my chest is over my knees. I don't know, I didn't really make it up, but hey babes, welcome back. Today we're talking about how to build your glutes. I decided I'm not gonna say booty anymore because who says that in real life? So we're gonna say butt and glutes. Let's get into it. So leg exercises can be categorized into two categories. Look at that English. We have hip dominant and knee dominant exercises. Hip dominant will be anything hinging at the hips, such as a stiff leg deadlift, sumo deadlift, glute bridge. Knee dominant, mainly squats and lunges. So the most activation for your butt is primarily going to come from anything hip hinging, because you are reaching your hips back as far as you can, stretching your hamstring, creating tension in that glute max, and then squeezing your butt at the top. Then we have accessory movements for like the glute medius. We're talking external rotation of the hip, which we think of as push the knees out. So as you're going down into a squat, lunge, deadlift, whatever, create tension, kind of corkscrew those feet in and twist them out slightly. So that's targeting the side booty. And then we talk about how to load the hip. Here I am doing a knee dominant lunge. My weight is going over my toe and I'm pushing forward. That's why I don't recommend a lot of forward lunges or walking lunges. Now you can see my hip is pushing back and my chest is over my knee. I'm creating tension in my hamstring. Think of it like a bow and arrow. You're pulling that tension onto that band, onto your hamstring, and you're not letting that go by pushing the knee forward. Keep reaching that hip back and you'll feel nice pressure in your butt, and that's where you want to target. Next is tucking your pelvis. Such as a glute bridge, you are going to tuck your pelvis, draw your belly button into your abs, and squeeze your butt. It doesn't matter how far you push up into your glute bridge, it matters how hard you squeeze your butt and tuck your pelvis. So focusing on form over everything is key. I see so many women arching from their lower back, pushing up into that glute bridge as high as they can, and they feel a pump in their lower back but not in their butt. Do this simple fix, tuck your pelvis towards your face, focus more on the contraction, and you'll be good to go. If you're wanting to build your butt the best way possible, check out the Surfer program, because the program is perfectly balanced to target the butt with a heavier day that will help build the glute max, and then a lighter day for more volume, and then you have upper body and full body days mixed in between to help sculpt the rest of your body, tone it up, girl, and really use science to your benefit versus just doing hours of cardio, plyometrics, and things that you're not actually getting into your muscle fibers. You want to shape your body, get into them, take your time, feel it. Next, joint stability is huge. If you have weak ass ankles and arches, it's going to be really hard to create a strong foundation to create tension in your butt. Because if you're wobbling all over the place like a skater on ice, you can't properly squeeze the muscle fibers that you need to in your butt. So ankle stability is huge, and doing things such as a single leg RDL, single leg hops can be very beneficial, and some ankle stability drills that I nerd out on, and I can show you more later. So my top exercises for building a butt is going to be obviously hip dominant exercises. So we're talking about the sumo deadlift. This is great. The toes flare out, my chest is a little bit more upright, and the key is push the hip back so that you load those hamstrings. And when you stand, squeeze your butt really hard. That is great to go heavy on, because you don't want to just do body weight reps such as a donkey kick all day long, because your body gets used to it. Next is the glute bridge. Phew, that's amazing. I don't know why I made that noise, but glute bridge is awesome. You can do a variety of stance with your feet to change up the angle at which it's targeting your butt. So you can do regular stance for a few sets, and then sumo stance with the toes flared out for a few sets. Key is tuck your pelvis, squeeze your butt. And then you can go into it playing with the elevation, single leg, anything like that, but just nailing the foundational movement is key. Next, I would say lunges. I love step back lunges and curtsy lunges, as those put the most pressure into my booty. Oh God, I said it. I said it. Damn it. I guess you do say booty in real life. But the key is keep the hips square. You don't want to rotate your hips much when you're loading them. You're going to be uneven in your pelvis. And then keep pushing the hip back, chest forward. That is great if you do it right. Really good exercise. I don't know, I didn't really make it up, but helps a lot with glute stability and strength. It's where you drop your back knee into a lunge and you lower your chest over your knee, push your hip back, and you press straight up. And then reset, lose the momentum, lose the tension, and do that about 10 reps. And then you can start adding weight. Killer. My fourth favorite exercise would be a stiff leg deadlift because you can go pretty heavy. Reach your hips back, stretch, and then squeeze the butt at the top. Fifth, I would say back extension. There's a number of ways we can do it, and a lot of us arch from our lower back versus squeezing our butt to initiate the rep and tucking our pelvis. And you can even round your upper back, which will target more of your glutes. And even bend your knee at the top and try to hold this stacked position. And I find this is one of my favorites to warm up with and do 3 to 5 sets. Great way to get those glutes more active. Then 6 would be more accessories. So we can do abduction exercises such as crab walks. Those are great. We can do clamshells. We can do kickbacks. These are all great to sprinkle in. They shouldn't be the bulk of your training as they aren't as full body and effective, activating more muscle fibers to build your butt and also to burn more calories, because I'm going to assume we not only want a big butt, but we want a tight waist and we want to stay nice and toned. So the biggest mistake I see on butt training is doing squats and pushing your knees forward on all of them. Just because it's a squat and it's a leg exercise doesn't mean you're actually targeting your butt. Try a sumo squat instead, pushing the knees out over the ankles and toes out, and squeeze and tuck your pelvis at the top. Check how I'm doing this donkey kick. You can see I'm moving actually from my lower back and swinging up, how I see a lot of women do. This is using a lot of momentum versus keeping your pelvis in place and squeezing from the targeted muscle. So slow and controlled versus swinging. I cannot tell you how important it is to work on your form. To really go slow, feel the movement, squeeze your butt, tuck your pelvis. All of this will help build that booty, okay? Yeah, I said it again, twice. So now that you understand the basics of butt training, make sure you're not just doing donkey kicks and plyometrics and burning as many calories as you can. It's good to challenge your body and go heavy with a 4 to 8 rep max on either sumo deadlift, glute bridge, and then add in volume with accessory movements. So after you've worked out, just make sure we're eating enough protein, getting enough sleep, and squeezing that ass. A good drill you can do throughout the day is just stand tall, squeeze your butt, crunch your gut. It'll help tuck your pelvis into a nice position and get your glutes more active throughout the day. So just remember, put your hips back, let your chest over your knee, squeeze your butt, tuck your pelvis, go slow, activate the muscle fibers, eat enough protein, and get on the Surfer program. Yeah, I had to do that. I appreciate you babes watching. If any of this info helped, you know what to do. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because, you know, things are happening over here. It's crazy. I might be on a different bed in 2 weeks. Who knows? Okay. Why do I say that? Will be anything hip. Dude, I'm like half falling asleep right now. I think I'm tired. Okay. So, hey babes, welcome back. Today which is then fourth booty builder. Oh god, I said it again. Fourth all of this will help us get the Kardashian. All of this will help build this booty. I want you to have that fat ass. Ooh, that's a good one. Fat ass. Alright. And build your butt very nicely and help build the booty. Damn it, I said it again. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any updates on the Momo Muscle adventures.